Hey, 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 welcome. We're live at GM Balo. Glad to have you all. If you can, always appreciate subscribes. Those are fun. Keeps things moving, keeps things, little improvements to the stream as we go is always fun. You're currently listening to Critical Role. Welcome to Dory. It's the chief music we use. Links in the description to stream and or buy, which is very fun. It was, remember, you can use your channel points to throw out some inspiration advantage as well as some treasure boosts. And treasure boosts are applied. We increase different game treasures, sometimes increase rarity of things, but you definitely help out the players by spending those points. But yeah. Other than that, we are in the midst of setting up. Those of you who watched Tuesday know that in the Siege on Darktow storyline that 3 nights are in right now, there was some major things that caused craziness and possibly affecting some stuff that is going to go on. But before we get into everything, first of all, our crew went ahead and we're investigating some revelry presence or reported revelry presence by the Mother Sai Reef off the Menagerie Coast. And they began to investigate the Twinwood Islands and found a civilization on the top. Now, the Twin Islands were a protected area, and thus people generally weren't up there. No one was really allowed to go, and so not many knew about this setup that they found. But they were tracking what appeared to be revelry individuals and found them attacking a feathered and snake-like winged creature. After saving the said creature, they began to try to have a conversation. That's where we ended last night, and we'll see what the civilization entirely looks like. But before we get to that, we will go ahead and have our intro video for the siege. So we'll do that, and then we'll get right into it.
What?
The revelry means freedom, and Darktow is the place where that lives strong. Whether to Alliance, to Vampire, or Dragon Turtle, I keep us safe. I am on the precipice of expanding us, making us mightier than the Concord, and too frightening to the Empire for them to lift a finger against us. There are those who plot. A fire ship is in my docks, and a wayward plant is coming home with undoubtedly some help, shall we say, from a scorned woman. But they will not survive, for there never has, and there never will be, a successful siege on Darktow.
I want to kill him just a little bit more now. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
The winged creature with the orange feathers and strips of blue scales now begins to hover slightly with its wings, bows its head, as all of you hear within your minds a simple thank you. What brought you here? Go ahead.
Interest in finding out what the pirates are up to be perfectly honest. What did we stumble into? Because these are usually the ilk we mop up and put away.
They came seeking my blessing.
Your blessing.
And then turned into a fight?
And just a moment.
Sounds like the answer is no, by the way.
And the feathers, their wings bring them down a little lower, and the 50-foot walls here glow with celestial runes slightly. Even though the wind cannot reach down to here normally, you do feel a breeze, almost cyclical, moving about as the form before you glows and takes the shape of appears to be a human male. Green tint markings and symbols adorn their skin. Tribal, it seems. Their hair, or their head, half shaved, half a pink color that comes down and kind of put into like a side ponytail. And they seem to have clothes that made out of plant, large leaves. There, it's a little easier to communicate.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to change for us.
Oh, it's a little less formal. It's weird. I'm hovering above people all the time.
Formal like that.
You did rescue me and save my life after all. And I usually use it to ward people off the other form, or make how I was born the other way. But this is the people who used to live here. This is what we used to look like, I guess. Or they used to look like.
When was that, like a long time ago? Because like I have sailed these waters for a long time. Never heard of like inhabitants of the Twinward Isles or the Reef generally.
Before the Concord.
Oh, so a long time ago. Well, a couple hundred years.
Yes.
Okay.
The kin now were here as what they called themselves.
Here now. Okay.
But yes, the Wyatt sent them here.
You're already acquainted, I assume?
Indeed, he got my blessing many years ago. Partially. And he came here as a humble man, told me of the evils that were happening on his home island. And he asked for my blessing, the blessing that has always been here, to give him my permission, my word to rule.
What was his home island, Darktoe, by chance?
Indeed.
Did he tell you there was already a dude ruling there at the time?
Yes.
Okay.
I looked upon him and found him lacking. And Wyatt's words rang true. And as I've checked in with Wyatt, or on Wyatt, I should say, he seemed to be doing much better, keeping things safe. I hadn't looked into him in some time, and then at the request of the people you just killed, he sent these representatives, and they simply said, he asks for your his rulership to expand, and he wanted more of what I protect here.
So
After I refused because of his actions. Yeah, she had a question.
Well, you sponsored him at some point, and lately less so. And we have our opinions, I guess. We're concerned about corruption on Darktoe, perhaps. It's probably a good word for it. What tipped you off? What convinced you that something was wrong with Wyatt?
I looked in on him. And I saw him commit atrocities. He enslaves. He captures. He never did that before. He didn't trade in people. And now he does. It is not where I give my blessing.
If he wasn't a slaver, you would still be blessing him, or?
I saw slavery. I saw executions for political reasons. That was enough for me to not care to bless him further. My blessing he still has, because I can't revoke it. It's the further one I refuse to give.
So does that mean his people will be back here asking again?
Potentially.
So how do we protect you? I mean, I speak as if we have the power, but fundamentally our concern was getting these people off you to give you more breathing room to talk to you. So maybe it's beyond us.
At some level it is.
Can't argue that. Can certainly take these off the island, living or dead.
That would be appreciated.
So what happened to this place? Why was there people here at one point and then later none, and now it's just, I guess, apparently you or maybe whoever else lives here getting beseeched by Darktoe pirates to lend your power on their behalf?
Excuse me.
What were you asking again? Say it one more time, sorry.
Yeah, so what was it before? Well, like, how did we get to the point where nobody really lives here and it's just you and the island apparently, and Darktoe shows up asking for favors?
Wyatt had heard. I don't know. He must have. I don't know if he has Kino heritage or he met some, but he heard of my presence somehow. I'm not sure how, honestly. I didn't ask him. He did the rituals. He knew the way to bow. And then when he showed me. But I do have a thing to ask of you. Because you are quite right. They will keep coming. And do you know of any who seek to oppose him?
A couple, yes. There are a number of interested parties who think that our buddy Wyatt has overreached his power, no longer acts justly or represents the people, and probably should be deposed is the right term, I guess. A number of parties are interested in making sure that that power is not in those hands for too much longer.
Are you among these people?
We are. We fully intend in a week or a month, somewhere in there, to sail into Darktoe and make our presence known. Mostly for a more just and equitable society, is one way to put it, but like, the power is too concentrated right now. It's in too few hands, and one person getting corrupt or working with the wrong kinds of things. I'm sure you have some idea of what sort of animal he's been consorting with lately, this vampire group. power and less hands, or at least more balance, would be more helpful, I guess, to us, so that Dark Toe ends up being a place people can live freely and enjoy themselves and eke out their own lives and civilizations without having to kowtow to someone who is ruthless and at times evil.
So you seek balance and justice.
I do, personally. I can't speak for the entire crew, but my perspective is power and more hands would be helpful, and tyrants of any kind should be prevented or dealt with.
Well, in that case, maybe you can hold on to something for me.
Sure.
He received gifts before, and I will say he is cunning. From what I can tell, he has manipulated the blessings that the key now once used to make his holdings nearly unimpeachable. If you wish to remove that, it is single combat.
That how it has to be?
He has changed. He's a paranoid. I feel he has forgotten his heart of justice. As brutal he always was, it was still justice. If he violates the rules of single combat, then he would violate his power. But at any rate, yes.
We would have to get him to agree to a duel.
By the laws of Dark Toe, any who have a ship, he must accept their challenge.
The problem is also getting there, right? So you have to be on the island to challenge him. You can't challenge him from the sea, so...
Indeed. 2 feet must be on the island.
Oh, looks like Peg Leg Joe's out.
Probably right.
Listen, I didn't mean that to be exclusive. No, that's not what I meant. Don't. Ah!
Who's Peg Leg Joe?
He's
Old
an
friends.
old friend, yes.
At any rate,
It's the intent of the word Thola, not the...
to be clear, to answer your question honestly, my assumption is they will come and kill me soon.
Okay.
So
then it's in your interest and ours probably to work together to some degree and empower us perhaps to provide a sufficient challenge to dethrone our buddy Wyatt.
and I can give you what was entrusted in me to make justice flow. And they hold out their hands, and it wasn't there before. It's not flashy or shiny, but it just seems to come out of their hands a piece of about 3-inch thick cloth. It's gray, plain, and there's a gold tie on one end that you see is engraved with a set of scales. 6 inspirations in chat. Everyone go ahead, pick one up if you don't have one.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
And
What is this thing, this cloak? Cloth?
it's a strip. It's a blindfold. and it's yours.
Okay.
And you may be its bearer, or you may be its executor. The choice is yours.
Ooh, my words are not good. What does that mean?
I mean, if you wish to use it to challenge Wyatt, then my blessing is with you. And I hereby grant you ability and permission to bestow that honor upon another by bestowing this blindfold.
Mm-hmm.
So whether, therefore, you'd be the executor, or you may be the bearer.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah. Thank you.
And so he places it in your hand.
Do I put it on now or never mind? We'll figure it out.
Does Mal have any intent to bear it?
Not currently.
Okay.
Mal hasn't decided yet. Mal is like, oh shit, what's this? Put it in my pocket for now.
Mm-hmm. Then it just sits there. And as this what looks like a male currently looks at it and goes, you're undecided.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
I mean, I would happily take at least the power from Wyatt, but I may not be the most righteous or right one to do it. I don't know at this point. So the judgment I would place would be to wait until we have a better answer.
So I don't care.
Okay.
Righteousness is not the business of the one I served, Arathis. It is justice. It is making things right and making things balanced.
Justice I can get behind, for damn sure.
If that is your intention, that is that's why I'm giving it to you.
Okay.
Virtue is malleable. And Gustank will eventually identify it. I'm sure I'll go ahead and
That's the plan.
I'll give you the first part of it, at least. The rest might be surprising, but we'll see.
Incredible. So, are there others on this island? Other folks we should be concerned about, or those who might be threatened? Is it just you at this point?
I'm the only one left.
Okay. So if you're safe and we take care of this mess over here, have you seen any other incursions or seen any other attacks from Dark Toe in this area? Any other concerns to worry ourselves about?
There have been ships offloading to the north, but my charge is not to leave this island except for the continuation of what I do here. And I've already done that. Should you may tell whoever takes the mantle from Wyatt, so I hope somebody does, that my child will rule in my stead here. And
Your
be here
child.
if they wish. Yes. I told you they will kill me soon. And I'm not done. So, I've been training my child to take my place.
Is there anything we can do to assist in your survival?
I'm not sure.
I believe we would offer you safe lodging on our ship, but you said that you are not leaving the island.
No. I will die in the next 5 years. And there's nothing that can stop that.
Okay.
Whether you're meant to stop an attempt, and that is why I'll live 3 more, I don't know. All I know is my time is running out. Thus why I bore my child.
Can we help your child in some way? Drop back once in a while, see how things are going, assist if possible. Some ongoing support.
Indeed. That would
Okay.
be good. To not be forgotten here forever. We have more to do. And someone must know we are here if that is to be done.
Is there a large tree nearby?
Out of here, yeah. I mean, if you remember, there was like gardens and craziness. So for transport via plant purposes, absolutely.
Cool. I want to make sure that I know a tree here.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. No worries.
Find me a rock too, please, if you don't mind.
I mean, you're sort of in a cavernous where there's rocks. If you want to pick up,
Perfect.
If you might want to ask, but yeah. But they'd say yes. Yes, you could have a rock.
Okay.
Jajal, you're labeling those, right?
I am now.
But you weren't before? So now a collection of random.
Was.
Okay.
No, he had a flower from the wild bloom. He had a rock from Nicodranus. So this is just his second rock. So I wanted to make sure he didn't confuse them.
I have one from the Void Elf Island too, from when they threw it to me.
True.
I just hold them all in my hand and think of where I want to go and see which one gets me there.
One rock
I've got
this time.
some of them.
Incredible.
Do you know anything of the hole that's in the ocean near the island? One that seems to go down. Man-made, maybe, or by some creature or humanoids.
I don't know its purpose, but you are right. That would make sense if they seem to be dropping people off if they have some place to go. I think they were underground or caverns before the seas were changed. They could be in there. It would be in that area. Before, this would have been before Ukatoa was bound.
Oh. Well, we might need to actually check that out then. What do you say, Tonk?
I believe we will.
If I were to believe the fairy tales, Ukatoa was bound a long time ago, right? Like incredibly long ago.
A while. Not absolutely ancient. It is only his bounding that made the Concord
Talking
able
like
to exist.
Thousands of years? Hundreds of years?
Hundreds.
Hundreds. Okay. So they'd have to be here for like a long, long time if that's revelry stuff, right?
They may have known about it. As I said, he seemed to take particular interest in Kinao customs if he found out the location or a ruin of some type.
Is it clear why he was so interested in Kina? I mean, maybe it's bloodline, maybe it's just the nature of the region, but like, you think he's got a tie to Katoa and the old ugly, wormy, gaudy, underwatery thingies?
Katoa wasn't all bad. Kept things balanced. But I believe he understood some of the power that kept these islands safe for so long. And he thinks, and he's right to some extent, holding on to that power, reawakening some of it, that's why he visited me, would keep his people safe from the Concord. That's why I gave him the blessing I did. Now, I think he means to use it to conquer, which was never its intent. It always was a protective purpose, the Kinao powers. But given that much of the land that they protected now has fallen to, well, they live there, but they live under the Concord, it could quite be used to retake or destroy those who live there now.
I mean, you said before you can't take away the blessings you've bestowed upon Wyatt, but if your powers were to enable or free or provide justice and not subjugate, and now he's subjugating, like he's actually taking over people's lands, there's no way you can take that power back?
It is my role to empower mortals to do this. Not my role to interfere.
Technically, you've interfered, and you're no longer mortal if you're going to die in 5 years, and your progeny will follow behind you. I'm not saying to tip the balance, that would be the wrong answer. I'm just saying it's a little more gray than you might like.
Mortal in the sense of your perceptions. We all die.
Bless you.
But it's not. So they do kind of look for a second. They go, interfering. It's just too direct. We don't like it.
That's fair. I mean, our lives are short, mine especially. Like, we think in terms of like a minute, an hour, a wind, a sail. We don't see it the same way you do.
Arathis charged me to stay here and to guide those who would seek to bring balance and justice to this world, but not be the instrument myself. And it is that charge I will respect.
I like the Sarats of yours.
They nod and they go, well, you may stay here as long as you like. Thank you. Again.
And thank you.
I will say, feel free to sample some of the plants here. They may aid you in some way.
That is so funny. I was literally just going to ask if we can go foraging.
Goes, today. As they're very, it goes, it's not, you would be careful, I believe. It is technically illegal, but you have my permission, but I'm not a legal person.
Well, I am an expert forager due to wanderer, so I hear that, I'm like, yeah! I run off. Get my little pack, my little foraging pack.
I'm an expert at bending rules.
I just got permission to do something illegal. Yeah.
Mission pass. Cool. Any other questions? Tonk, Dajal, Simon? Anything you guys have top of mind?
I don't necessarily have. Tonk doesn't have necessarily any questions, but he does have both of the symbols hanging on his shield, Melora and Arathis. And so there would sort of be that that sort of nod of respect, right?
Yeah.
You know, that he was empowered by Arathis, and, you know, while I'm not a follower of Arathis, there is still that connection with Melora. So there'd just be sort of that nod of respect, and
That's back. May the lovers protect you.
and you.
Gosh, tell me more about this Arathis person later, Tonk, because this sounds curious. All right, Philo, do you want to go shrubbing, plant hunting? What do you call that?
Those are like picking stuff that's around here. And she's like, oh, yes, we can.
Do you need a hand? I mean, I can help you with that, or you can help
sure.
me with the carrying of the dead bodies and throwing them into the ocean. That's always fun. Oh, we still have those two
Sure.
sniveling in the corner with the manacles on, don't we?
We could
Oh, I
feed
forgot
them
about
to the
them.
ship.
But it's not probably where we're going to start the conversation. I'm not saying no, I'm saying wait.
Fair enough.
While Philo's collecting berries, I will start picking up bodies and carrying them to the edge of the reef and toss them off the island.
Yeah. So what are you using a kit? What are you doing there, Thola?
Oh, I mean, I have the for wanderer feet. I can find food, fresh water to up to 5 other people a day, provided that the land offers berries, small game. So I'm just like using that ability, and I can use a nature check or a survival check if I need to.
Yeah, you can definitely use that ability. You can also you could go ahead and do nature or survival if you want to try to find useful things beyond edible.
22.
All right, sounds good.
And Jajal, let's not be gauche about it, but if you want to frisk the bodies and find any valuables, that'd be helpful.
So you just want me to be like subtle about it?
Not over the top. Whatever, fuck it. Doesn't matter. Do some dagger dipping. It's fine.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll rummage around. Would that be a? What would that be?
They're dead. They won't be offended. These two over here, maybe we'll talk about. But yeah.
Is that investigation or sleight of hand?
That would be investigation check.
Oh boy, starting off strong. No, nothing. They got some nice pockets.
I mean, while I'm carrying them, I could probably also try to lift a little something.
You want to
'cause,
just like shake them? I'll help
we're
you.
tossing them into the ocean if we don't get anything out of them. So not getting something out of them would be not helpful, right?
Yeah, just grab them by the ankles and shake them for sure.
I think it was an investigation check to pull something off the bodies. Maybe is that it?
Mine was terrible. I rolled a 1.
I'm gonna run your pocket.
Well, I am in the same boat. I'm a 5.
Oh my
We both got a
god!
5.
So we're both basically
Yeah.
pickpocket.
We are disrespecting these bodies.
So we have lost those treasure boosts. We've just thrown them into the ocean.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Thanks for the attempt, gift. We're
So,
sorry. We
Fifth
just
rule of
sucked.
D&D: don't roll for shit that shouldn't be rolled for. Yeah, that.
Very good. It's okay because that just means that Thola will get everything. So
Fun.
Way to go, Thola.
all right. So go. If you need me for something, it's fine. You can also go ahead and roleplay while I get your loot from all the treasure boosts going here.
Maybe they have a boat we could ransack.
There's always a boat.
There was the boat that we didn't stop.
Well,
we were rushing.
Well, I'm not explicitly foraging for herbs and such the way Thola is. I will, like, having recognized the nature magic of the tribe and the runes on the stones that I had seen, I certainly would look around from the perspective of somebody that has done nature magic with Warden and that sort of arcane perspective of nature, to see if there is anything I could learn from any of this stuff here. Or if there are unique plants that like we grabbed some of the weird plants from the island, or were there any weird plants here that different, that sort of thing is what I'd be looking for.
I think you're definitely getting Thola's getting more of the plants here, but I would say that if you're looking for more nature magic, go ahead and make an investigation check.
I will go ahead and burn an inspiration.
Yeah, why didn't we use those for the previous ones?
Because math.
Listen.
We've got a million of them.
23.
Okay. Very good. As I kind of said before, I encourage y'all to talk in character. You can go to the ship, whatever. Then I'll catch up with kind of what you all find here with these. So I'm theming the treasure here.
You see, it's the decades of making sure I saved all of my mega elixirs until the very end. I never used them. It's kind of the same boat that I'm in with the inspirations.
I mean, I see where you're coming from because I did the same thing. I don't use the healing potions like every playthrough of Skyrim I've ever done. Never. Yep. I will eat a million loaves of bread and wheels of cheese before I drink a single potion because I might need them later.
So I'm not surprised.
So Mal's the only one that has right of challenge, right? With the blindfold.
Are you sure there can't be one other honest captain on the island?
I'm
not honest, to be clear.
Well, he could.
Theoretically, first mate can.
Okay, because I know Jajal was like, "Yo, I want a 1v1 plank."
I'll fight his ass to do it. And I'll just hand you the win. I don't care.
He's not from Dark He wouldn't actually have a good chance of challenging, would he? I mean, if you put it up to the
challenge on your behalf, I guess.
So there's, I would say, what Mal you would know about this is there's the magical mystical sense that the laws that the Couatl was talking about, but then especially Mal being practical, there is also the people accepting leadership sense.
Right.
So people still, whatever the, mystical, especially I think Mal would think this too.
Magical mystery tour?
Yeah, whatever that is, yeah, sure, but people still need to recognize the ruler.
So I
think you'd go for that history a little bit.
would Mal as the prodigal captain come back to rescue Darktoe from itself? There's got to be some half in, half out of character hitch here that we latch onto and provide pamphlets for. I don't know, something. But to your point, Cal, like, yeah, I guess that might be the only one, maybe, or me and Jajal together,
Because,
or
no offense, Jajal, I don't see the other captains looking to you for right of rule.
Oh, I never said I wanted that. I just want to fight him.
But
that's
if Mal's not the one to take him down, I don't know that the other captains would look on it favorably and see it just as, oh, this, fool of a first mate took him down, not the captain, so it wasn't a proper challenge, and so it's void.
I don't think I like where this is going.
No. Hang on, let me parse this. No one's calling you a fool of a first mate. We're just saying that if a first mate challenged a captain, hypothetically, they might take that a little bit differently, or be a little more butthurt. What's the word here? A little more upset about it, maybe, if that was the direction that it tipped.
I think
what Cal is saying is that there's a better chance, at least, of a captain asserting the right and being respected for that, and not burned at the stake, which has happened a few times. But yeah, that.
Yes, Jajal, it's no offense to you. I love you like a brother, but I don't see the other captains, should you win the trial, looking at you over Mal, and then Mal not having been the one to win the challenge,
If
accepting it at all.
If Mal is going to change the way this place is governed, if he is going to take it from, a single ruler to a council or whatever it is he has in mind, he will need to have the buy-in from all of the other captains. And I don't think he can have the buy-in from them if you are the one that killed the Plank King. Mal needs to do it himself to hold the true validity of it and the weight of it, and wield it to do what he needs to do with it. It's nothing about your ability to do it or not. It's just he needs the full weight of the victory.
So I could fight him the day before, and then Mal could kill him the next day, and it would still be valid.
If you survive, yes, but you got to wound him really bravely to make this an easier fight. Yeah.
No,
Actually, I think Tonka, as usual, has the prescient point, which is if the intent is to get the Council of Captains, the oldest of the families, the oldest bloodlines on Darktoe, against Wyatt, who actually is a relative newcomer. He wasn't from the island back in the day, if I recall. I don't remember his family being here for very long. It's got to be one of the older blood to challenge him.
With being a native of Darktoe, would I recall any history? I'm not super old either. I'm probably only like 21, 22 now, but have I heard any tales or recall any history of challengers in single combat taking champions and then doing well after if they win in terms of their reign?
There has never been the champion thing. That's never been the deal. It's been very much like the person ruling Darktoe needs to probably be the best warrior. Has been the culture for quite a while. So you have to generally to defeat at least that way. I mean, certainly maybe, the way it's been. If you want to try to forge a new way, you're free to. But if you're asking the way it's been, that's the way it's been.
Right.
I mean, I could defeat him in single combat if you guys soften up a little bit, but maybe not. We'll see. We'll figure it out. I got to sharpen a lot of swords between now and then.
I'm sure that there's things.
How many swords do you have now?
4 or 5 at least. Probably a few more in the bag.
And you'll need to train with that blindfold.
You're probably right. I mean, I'm used to blind fighting, but there'll still be something entirely different.
I know you are ambivalent about it, but you were the one that he gave it to.
That's fair.
And if there is one that will bring justice to Darktoe, if there is one that would challenge him with the validity of freedom and justice, it is you.
I'm going to say what I said since I was a deck rat. It's not about me. It's about everybody else. It's not about me. So if I'm the instrument, if I'm the thing that carries that sword through the right chest to get this thing done and makes everybody better off after the fact, fantastic, but it's not about me. Fair.
But here's the thing, Mal. Here's the thing. When Thola cooks, when Thola makes us the wonderful meals that she does, is the meal about the food we're eating, or is it about the chef?
I mean, the food can't happen without chef, but it's about the food.
And the justice here can't happen without someone bearing the mantle of it.
So I'm just the sword arm. That's fine. I'm okay with that.
But you were chosen to be that justice by an avatar of Arathis.
I see your point.
Sounds pretty cool when you put it that way.
It's fucking scary too.
All right. So, all right. Thola,
Here.
as you're searching around, you are able to find a dark velvety lotus-like flower
Okay.
that you recognize as special. You look at it in the shadows and you see pinpricks of dim light like stars and constellations within its
Ooh.
petals.
Dark velvet space flower.
And because of your check, and we've kind of established you go around and you know some of these, you help maintain with Jajal the gardens. This is known as Doom Bloom.
Doom bloom. Like doom, like DOOM, right?
Yeah, DOOM. Yep.
Fuck yeah. That is metal.
All right. You find 5 orange flowers that you know as Fortune's flower.
Okay.
And you find there's a silver flower too you see are growing through the underbrush, and as you go to pick it up you find them attached to a cane,
Whoa.
and it seems to be blooming out of it.
In a cane. Like a assisting walking cane? Like a sugar cane. Okay.
Yeah, like a cane. Yeah, cane used to walk. Yes.
Cool. Oh. No walking cane.
All right. And you can go ahead and have 2 Doom Bloom that you were able to find.
2. All right.
And which I'll give you all that for, Tonk. As you're looking through the stones, you were able to find a small one that looks like it would be very good in a sling. And you can tell from the carvings on it that it seems made to soak up energy, specifically nature and magic, and it being here for the longest time must have soaked in quite a bit. You also find what looks like a piece of a stone that was once jade-like that was shaped long ago barely resembling now from rain and whatnot of a frog. Looks like it could be worn as a necklace potentially. You're also able to find a patch of heavy volcanic stones that seem ancient. As you were looking, it was a weird grass outcropping that caught your attention. And as you peeled back, you started to get this black rock that you're like, why is this in the screen area? And you know enough to know something's up about them and probably worthwhile to take. And you find a series of split geodes that have a slight glow to them. As well as you collect you collect 20 small stones that give a little bit of a ring as you just slowly touch them out of curiosity. You can store those in a bag. Now that I've given the flavor, we'll give the text in Discord kablooey in a second. Get back down to Wednesday. We'll do general. All right. So with that, treasure boosts are caught up, folks.
Sweet.
And as we said, thematic things to where the treasure boost occurs and type of stuff, magical things, what we're trying to do. And can everyone expand that text okay? It came in as the expanded text weird thing. Yeah, misbehave. I have given out so many beans in the various campaigns. I was not going to do beans again. That's had to be new.
Yeah.
So to be clear, I only have one of this piece of ammunition. Is that correct?
You did only find one, yes.
Okay.
And I'm personally, for this group in particular, trying to avoid a lot of attunement things as much as possible. Because y'all got a lot of that filled up. So it can be more fun to do weird things.
Or it forces us to decide, which ability do I take?
Yeah, I'm going to be doing that a little bit, but like, there's a point where it's like, could you imagine like you guys ever falling and evil getting a hold of like your ship?
Oh, the world is doomed at that point.
There's like a point to where it's like, I don't think the government would allow you to exist. I think it's out you
That seems non-helpful.
But from previous ones and B's, you got all your stuff. And so generally I consider treasure boosts common, and then as more prop up, it kind of condenses to be better items. It's all
Right.
I'm here for it.
Me too.
all right.
All right, so as I hoist the last couple of bodies into the sea and look at the two individuals I have still chained up in my manacles, oddly in my backpack and not in the bedroom, weirdly enough. Take a quick look at these two poor souls from Revelry who accidentally got themselves caught. Mm-hmm. And before I talk to them, just ask the crew. So, what are you guys thinking? Do we like crucify? Do we flay? Do we like pull toenails out? Like, what's the game this time? I feel like we're kind of bored with this one lately because there've been so many options lately with Revelry. I'm getting I'm out of ideas.
We could teach the seedlings.
Oh, that could be super fun. You know how long it takes for a seedling to devour a body? It's like tens or hundreds of years. We actually have to keep feeding them to make sure it's a slow enough death the seedling actually evolves correctly into the new thing it needs to be. Jajal, Tonk, Simon, what do you think? Do we just feed them to the
Morris could certainly use some target practice for
right?
moving targets.
Always a good option. Oh yeah.
We could
Moving
force
targets
them
are
to-
preferable.
We could force them to chug mayonnaise.
Spoiled mayonnaise or like fresh?
I don't know.
Because that's like what oil and egg whites. It's not technically dangerous.
Joel, why do you have to ruin everything? We were trying to be intimidating. Then
did
you
a good
bring up
job.
mayonnaise.
Pretty intimidating to me.
I'd be miserable.
I also would not.
I've watched you
Chug
eat
mayonnaise.
gallons of mayonnaise, Jajal. What? There's nothing intimidating about that.
He keeps his coat shiny though.
They're healthy fats.
Nothing.
We could do a keel haul.
It's traditional. It takes a while, requires some speed and some wind. But yeah, we could do that, I guess. I love the glub of the average person across the bottom of the boat.
So, what do they have to say for themselves?
What do they have to say?
You have to talk to them. Ask them some stuff.
So, my captive friends. I'm gonna air quotes on this one. It's captives probably. You're stuck on the wrong rock, working for the wrong guy, at the wrong place and time. What do you want to? Well, let's stop. Let's stop with that line of reasoning. Just ask, why are you here? What was the goal? What was the point?
One speaks. It's on a mission to secure the creature or its gift for the Plant King.
Not surprised.
Which was simply what we needed.
Okay. And then after you got it, go back to Darktoe probably?
Yes.
What was your raid before this? What were you supposed to be doing before you got here?
We were on the dancing lady, part of her crew, selected to come here, and she was going to come pick us up.
So she's going to be back at some point? When?
About a week from 2 days ago.
So 5-ish more days. Would that answer change if I pulled a toenail or two, or not really?
I'm telling you the truth. No. At this point, there's no point.
So if you got the Couatl in your grasp, I don't see a cage. Like, what are you planning on doing with it?
We were to tie it up and return it to the ship.
With like ropes.
Yes.
It's a shapeshifter.
I don't. First of all, I didn't know what the Couatl you said it's called. I don't even know what it's called. But I do know we're just told to get the creature.
Okay. You were still a fool, Aaron.
I imagine those who know magic better had a plan.
Oh,
But they're mostly dead now. Any backup plans if it failed? Any other ideas? Any friends nearby you want to talk about?
There was others sent to go below the sea.
What does that mean?
There's a series of tunnels that apparently lead below. I don't know anything else about them.
Where do they lead to?
I don't know.
Okay, so somebody goes into the tunnel somewhere, apparently underwater, and then they just are okay.
I mean, I would be.
You are something else, Simon. Thank you.
Where's the dancing lady now?
I just know that they had other orders, drop-offs, pickups.
And when were you supposed to be picked up?
5 days from now, supposedly.
They were going to port soon.
Oh, that's convenient. Were they going under their own flag, or they? Would you know?
Part of a blockade.
They were going to blockade Port Zune this week. This week. That's
And
super
take-
fun.
And take it.
Really? Yeah, we're going to take Port Zune. We were just there. It's going to be something else. Wow. How many ships? And from where?
I don't know how many. I don't know from where all they came from.
Give me a guess.
I don't know.
I can just take your tongue if you're lying. It's fine. Doesn't hurt me at all.
Lying, I don't know.
So
I know of a rumor. The rumor was the Plain King was going to be there himself.
in Port Zune.
Yes.
Does not leave Dark Toe undefended. Doesn't that seem silly to you?
So I told you it was a rumor.
Sure. When were we last in Dark Toe?
6 weeks.
6 weeks. That's a long boat ride. Okay. What was it like? Defenses, population, angry dragon turtles.
There were some problems, I believe, with that creature. All I know is I don't know about much of the ornaments. I know installed a few more cannons. He's got all these experts, these freaking engineers or artificers making stuff, building things. I was part of a haul that brought in Broomstone.
That's the floaty rock, right, Tonk? The angry rock, the fiery rock, or the floaty rock? Which one is that?
Oh, that's the fiery rock.
Okay, there we go.
That's all I know. I don't.
I mean, 6 weeks is not that long ago. Would you say there were a dozen ships in port? 2 dozen? 3 dozen?
He's been keeping more and more anticipating something as his plans are getting closer, he says.
Any idea when they actually close?
No.
Maybe what?
Maybe 15 to 20 ships.
It's almost every family. Anything stick out to you when you like weird objects on the top of various buildings? Any glowy magic-y thingies?
Yeah, I mean, we all know I was around, and he looks at Tonk. You gave him the power source to finish his cannon. So that's up. And he's working on more. I think he might have gotten 2 others up. We've seen them. We haven't used them. They've just been up there.
Separate question: how are the relations with the vampirates? Are they well loved, like everybody's buddy buddy, or little tenuous at times? Are they eating you guys yet?
No, they keep to themselves.
No random disappearances, or people look way too pale when you find them in the morning.
The first few weeks, they made a point of checking in. I'm not aware of anyone who was ever missing.
So they're minding their manners. No upset, no fights, no arguments. Everything's totally peachy keen on the island.
I mean, it's dark, though, but nothing.
Right, but like a street brawl is not the same thing as like rivalries.
Kind of sits the captain, the dancing lady. Trey.
Trey.
Trey. She seemed irritated. And before we dropped off here, her and 2 other captains met on one of the islands.
Go on.
That's all I know. All the ships anchored. They rowed, each one rowed themselves and only themselves.
Alone.
And
A
they each
dinghy.
rowed back.
Captain's doing physical work. You're joking, right?
That's why most of us noticed, thought it was weird.
So Trey, the dancing lady, and 2 other captains met together and discussed something.
Well, don't think they made out.
Is she attractive? Or never mind. Yeah, that's what Killer said.
Would Mal recognize the name Trey as being associated with any of the old families?
Trey, no. Trey would not be one of the older ones. But I would say being the ships, you're aware of the dancing lady, you're aware of Captain Trey, but not as like an old family, but as more, been around for a good amount of time, like maybe 10, 20 years, but not like multiple generations. And there's very few old families, but there are many. As you know, the recruitment, even among your times, like Tonk was there because of the heavy recruitment. Taking in people and promoting captains, and you yourselves know how easy it is to really be a captain. You just have to get your ship. And so the expansion of the fleet is taking them, right? So
Do you know who the other ships were or captains?
I don't know the captains. I know there was the Laughing Kraken.
Ironic.
And the Seraphim.
Seraphim. Wow.
And the Laughing Kraken, that is, it is one of the oldest names of ships of the old families. It often is has been repaired, probably rebuilt, or a new one has been christened, the old one burned. So it's not likely one ship, but it is the same controlling, and it's an old name.
Any reputation?
Loyal.
Find out. Tremendously useful. Thank you very much for your perspective. Are they still passing out the weird little stabby harpoony thingies that are supposed to kill plants?
Every ship gets those.
Any other changes or surprises recently?
He looks down. Your previous ship. And captain.
By that you mean whom exactly?
Before you became captain.
Name the name.
The dude from episode 1.
Name the name.
Oh shit.
The Goodman.
The Goodman. is captive, is
Killed and burned.
killed and burned.
It sounds like
Was
something
it just
Pyro-
prejudice or something else?
It's. I had overheard the first mate and captain Trey of our ship just something about can't be too careful. He had to learn it from somewhere.
That's pathetic. Okay. Okay.
It's. They were set out, told that they were no longer part of the reverie and had to leave. And as they made their way out, all the ships in dock were ordered to fire upon them.
The Goodman captain, crew, and ship were all killed and burned.
Yes. Yes.
Alrighty there. You could not find a more stalwart, even-handed captain. Was there any pushback or emotionality on that one? Did anybody get upset or any concerns about the fact that they just burned one of their own with decades of history?
Not in the open.
That's stupid. Okay, behind closed doors. Have you heard anything?
He literally just told you he did. What he said, he had overheard the captain and the first mate. So, yes. He kind of looks at you like, yeah. It didn't sit right with most people. But.
Is there an impression amongst captains or crew that Wyatt's getting out of control, a little out of hand, a little beyond his reach, maybe?
What?
I mean, he keeps flexing, right? He keeps pushing his power. Wyatt Marinos is well beyond what a normal Plank King would be doing at this point, right?
What is told to us and is repeated is it's necessary for us to rule the coast.
What's the objective? You rule the coast and then what? Coin and booty for all.
That some of us may get our own ships as our captains become actual lords of land, or vice versa, or we all get to rule something.
Predictable, yes.
He's more and more softening up during the conversation, kind of. I would say, at this point, just from the length of time, you don't think he thinks that the reverie ever finds him, he'll live, based on his failure. And so he's just sort of saying all because he's like, whatever at this point.
Deathbed confessional, more or less.
Yeah. He goes, some have. You asked about the esteemed alliance. That's what it's called.
The esteemed alliance?
Yes, or our esteemed allies, if we talk about them. They've been taking volunteers. It says to train them.
Any idea how large their force is at this point?
There's only ever one ship in Dark Toe at a time from them.
Okay. separate question, entirely apart from the previous conversation. Is your face known on the coast?
I mean, I've been a part of my fair share of boardings and collections.
Did they see you long enough to actually get a view of you, like to actually write down a scroll or something?
Hopefully, I would think I was one of many, but who can tell?
So if we, for example, accidentally dropped you off on a random spot on the beach, you might have a fighting chance, roughly.
You kind of look surprised. Yeah.
So it's possible then.
Yeah.
Okay. So post revelry, what would you like to do with your life? I mean, we're wanted by the want at this point, right? So we're being sent assassins from the assassins. So like we don't have a choice in this, but you seem to have maybe a future.
I'd probably try to find myself another ship. All I know is sailing.
Sailing is fine. Piracy is something else. In fact, there's lots of places you could be a privateer and be perfectly sanctioned, paid by various governments if they were so inclined. But
I'd try to stay away from pirating and the revelry as much as I could. Because they know my face and they would make me have
everybody
longer a face.
Yeah, that's fair.
Everyone knows your faces.
Someone's wasting way too much ink on us.
They put it on the cliffs.
Simon goes ahead and changes his face. Just
I was waiting
cliffs,
for
like
that.
they actually like cut like rock into our semblances.
No, they use magic.
Okay, I was gonna say like that's a lot of work. I wouldn't do that.
So hold on. Hold
Mount
on.
Rushmore. Mount Rushmore.
On Dark Toe, we have a Mount Rushmore.
It's not there all the time. Just made sure we all knew what everyone looked at.
Oh, that's great. They should keep it up so that Darkto is reminded of whom saved them.
All right, crew thoughts. Any particular feels about the situation?
I mean, we got a lot of good info. I see no reason to kill him.
And he's got lots of reason not to go back to Darko.
Well, we'll kill the other one, the one that doesn't like to talk
The
so
one
much.
didn't talk, yeah. It's a fair debate.
We'll ask him if he needs a buddy.
I'll ask him for his last meal.
I mean, if we put them in a boat with oars and no weapons, no armor, nothing at all, it's they versus the elements. Mother Side Reef is only, maybe a half day rowing, maybe 2 days rowing at most from the coastline. They could have a choice. Also, it's a long damn row back to Darktown. Extremely difficult to get back to a pirate ship, unflagged, a little rowboat.
Well, if they're lucky and they survive, then the gods were obviously looking over them. I
Talk
say,
awfully quiet.
let the sea decide.
That is your way.
Take him to Rothold.
Yeah, it's a mixed port. They get picked up by Revelry pretty quickly, though. And the problem in a nutshell, and I'll say this directly in front of the dude if necessary, is there is no real loyalty amongst Revelry. If they think you've turned, you've turned. If they're setting boats on fire that had nothing to do with our actual activities, then it doesn't matter if you're guilty or innocent. You are. Rothold's a bad idea for them because it's very much 50-50 port. It's also a long damn row from here. Any other opinions? Anyone? Thinking the rowboat's the way to go.
Do we have a rowboat?
Gosh damn it!
They had a rowboat.
Okay.
I agree. We should let them do a trial by sea, but we should wait till after we explore the whole.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I mean, we can keep them manacled indefinitely. I just want the chains back eventually because they're actually kind of expensive.
No, definitely.
Okay.
I could also, well, I guess during this time, Matt, where we're chilling here on the island discussing things, are we able to get it like a short rest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Take a short rest.
I will take it, sir.
All right. So plan also at the same time, besides keeping these folks politely chained together and having up their bodies, is we go explore the cave areas and see what that looks like, and then from there decide where to go. Yes.
What you said.
What I said. Got it.
Sounds good to me.
Cool.
All right. So you can get them on a rowboat, send them on their way.
Actually, we'll hold them here for now on the island until we're done exploring. Then send them on the rowboat.
Sure.
And if they're hungry, we'll probably feed them a little bit and make sure they're in reasonable shape. But chained together and possibly to a large rock until we get back. So there's no way they can get out there and like warn somebody before we.
Okay, gotcha. You're gonna explore the caves. Okay.
Mhm. Yep.
I needed that short rest, baby.
Damn, y'all heard that? My bad.
We did actually. Weirdly enough, we did.
Are we short resting?
We are. Short
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get a short rest.
Nice.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games.
All right. So, you get them chained up. I mean, you know how to work manacles. Not a big deal. And get on. Are you taking a rowboat over there? You're going to take the Wild Bloom.
So we're not going very far, right? We're just going.
Yeah, and it is the reef, so just sort of. I mean, the Wild Bloom is fairly sturdy, but you'd be damaging the reef potentially.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
we don't want to do that. Yeah, we'll rowboat over there.
Cool.
Did if I remember, Cass already already casted water breathing on us? Yeah.
Yes.
She
How long
did,
does that last
yes.
again?
No, 24 hours, I believe, right?
Then we should be fine.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, you have it
Sure.
for the day and further. All right. Then I guess that's a pretty good time for us to take our break and reconvene over there.
Yep. And just so I reiterate, on the boat, or at least to the boat or whatever, I would ritual cast to Raries so we can all talk in our heads.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and we'll see y'all soon.
Yeah.
one time. Okay, I can't.
What?
How annoying is my typing? Is it annoying or not annoying? You hear it?
I'm sorry, I'm not hearing. My brain is. I just finished coding everything.
Cool. What does it sound like?
Me typing?
Yeah. Annoying or not annoying?
Oh, it doesn't bother me. I don't hear it half the time. Like if that's something that I've learned to just like tune out.
So Matt's talking. I'm keeping notes. I'm just like, is this annoying that I'm typing this much? I don't know what's going on here.
Hey,
that's
Will?
fine. Yo.
Do you ever use hops number 9 to clean your rounds too?
Hops number 9. Not in a long time. I haven't played with it much lately.
Oh.
Why?
I started getting verdigris around the edges of the casings, and so I started breaking it out and cleaning them.
I mean, are you shooting clean? Or are you like recycling or what?
I haven't fired these in a long time. They've been sitting for a while, and I think that's why I need to clean
How old are they?
2 years.
That shouldn't be bad. I don't know.
Hey there, Warlocks and Waffles. We're just about to come back from a break and get going. Playing some Dungeons and Dragons.
Warlocks and Waffles. My God.
I like it.
Strange coincidence.
God, this stuff smells terrible.
Still talking about weapons or no?
Yeah, well, the gun bore cleaner.
Yeah.
Ah, God.
Yes. Marble Mystery Oil definitely smells better.
I don't miss using a Neverdull either when we need to shine the brasswork on the,
Yep.
on the ship.
All right. Just checking that. So it looks like Jenna's back and is Tonk back.
Bless you.
Don't die.
Now for the lube.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not quite yet.
That's what she said.
Right?
Hey.
In my endo, in yo endo.
Hey.
Krusty Krab pizza is the
Pizza.
Crab pizza? You have crab pizza? I'm impressed.
Krusty Krab pizza. Yeah.
Oh, Fowler, make sure you use those Doom Blossoms soon. They expire.
Word.
Reminds me of Gur from Invader Zim.
It's like 1d6 plus 1 days.
Yeah.
Sing the Doom song. Doom, doom,
Time to sing the
So
Doom song.
you can roll for each one there, Thola, to determine how long your Doom Blossoms will last.
What does Gur stand for? I don't know.
I don't. I can't even do the voice anymore. It's
I
amazing.
know.
Oh, Jordan Vasquez. It's been a while.
Oh, he used to write a comic too, didn't he?
Oh, he has. Johnny the Homicidal Maniac is his
That's
comic.
what it was. Yeah. It was my high school days.
Mm. Wildness.
Getting salad fingers.
Salad fingers? My God, you're going back.
Both of them are 5 days.
All right.
Okay.
So waiting on Tonk. There you go. Perfect.
Yugi, my boy.
The fortune flowers, I believe, also have a time limit, so just check those.
Okay, now to not make a mess out of this.
Put it back together in the same order. If you have any leftover parts, you're doing it wrong.
No, just because I use the little, what are they called? Chiffons? The little patches
Mhm.
for the oil. And I'm putting gloves on, luckily, but it's just going to make a mess.
Okay. So.
That's hilarious.
Yes. Yes.
You get your rowboat and leaving your chained captives behind. Begin making your way towards where you saw people entering through seemingly underground passage. Or underwater passage, I should say.
Those rapscallions.
So to be clear, is there any obvious markers or signs or something around it? Is there a huge sign next to the hole that says "Bad guys be here"? Like, what's any visual indicators of naughty people?
There's nothing like that. It looks very clear. The only thing you can see, because you saw it before, you're able to re-find the tunnel that it seems like they entered.
Tonk, you seem the most intrigued by this before. Thoughts?
Well, according to our friend on the island, these are ancient caverns from before all of that.
Right.
I don't know what's down there, but we can only assume that the revelry are after something.
Or they could also just be staging here for the next attack. We don't. I mean, how practical that is, I have no idea. But I got nothing.
Well, I mean, to actively engage down in those caverns, they would need to either have, underwater breathing cast on all of them, or have some sort of contraption to give them oxygen.
So like a breathifier or a aerification system.
Or some kind of underwater...
self-contained underwater breathing device. Scubbed? I don't know.
There we go. Problem solved.
Or maybe like an apparatus?
Sounds too magic-y. Never mind.
Or they could just be like me and have abilities to be able to do so.
Simon, you are blessed, my child. Blessed among water breathers, but not everybody's like you. Simon,
But I can be like everybody else.
You literally can be. Yes, you could be anybody else. Do you want to go take the first peek, or Tonk? Do you have a preference? What do you guys feel like?
Well, we can
usually stay above the boat, not below the boat, but that's arguable.
I mean, there might be some need for somebody to stay up top, but I certainly don't. Depending on how many of them are down there, I don't want to be going down by myself.
Well, that's fair. I think most of us probably go down. I'm just asking who wants to be first in the water.
I mean,
I will be.
I'm invisible underwater. I can breathe underwater, and similar to Simon, I have an actual swim speed.
Okay.
Mine's
so y'all
a
be the
little
foreguard.
bit. I'm a little bit of a faster swimmer, though.
I'm sure. You might be faster than me, but I'm faster than just about everybody else. So.
I mean, you guys can play rock, paper, broomstone board if you want. It's all up to you. Whoever wants to go first.
That's fine. I'm just,
if it's safe,
in the
signal. Or
the way we normally have Jajal scout ahead, I could do that for us because I've got the cloak. But it's just a thought.
That works.
That's fine with me. I'll be right behind you, though. Not right behind, but
Do we need to do the telepathic bond thing again? Has
Didn't
that
we?
expired?
I already did that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then in we go. As I just dive over the ledge.
Simon Cannonballs.
Subtle, real subtle.
Okay. All right. Who else is going? You two?
I think for now it's just the two of us. He's going ahead. I'm basically kind of working as an intermediary.
I'm going to wait till everybody that's coming is in the water, but yeah, I'm taking point.
I mean, my plan was to wait until you guys either drowned or didn't drown, but I can totally go in.
So you go in the water. You slowly push yourselves, assuming head first through the tunnels. They are very tight. You're able to swimming is actually sort of difficult to get the movements and not scrape yourself against the sharp edges. So you're able to pull yourself for the most part through. And the tunnel itself gets smaller. And there's you start to see this red, what looks like algae, but as you get closer to it, it seems to move and react to your presence.
I'm
And
gonna
the
grab.
water itself seems to be a reddish hue here.
Like, there's nothing in the water making it red. It's just red water.
That's what it seems to be.
I'm gonna grab the key and quickly cast Pass Without Trace while we're here, in hopes that helps in some way. Because fuck it, why not?
Can I like nature check this algae in the red water?
Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and do an Arcana check for you.
Okay, I can do that too.
45.
My Arcana is much less than my nature. Like, let's.
It's too easy of a joke. That's all.
I mean, sure.
I'm not complaining.
What are we here? Like, I legit only got a 16.
Okay.
What'd you roll in the dice, though?
Back in the realm of mortals.
A 7.
Feel the pain.
You look at these. A few things you can see here is there's no way to effectively propel yourself through the water by movement without touching the algae or the sharp rock that's likely beneath it. The 16, this is a predatorial. This seems to be brooder made, possibly even constructed out of humanoid intelligence plant that's meant to hurt those and attack that which touches it.
Well, that's no good.
Is that like some kind of like home defense system or something?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to shape water to create some current in here so that we might be able to go down this tube without touching the walls. Would that work?
Okay. Check out shape water here. I think probably, yeah, I would say that. Yeah, I'd say through constant concentration, you can take all of you. It's a little bit of a stop and start because it's going to do a little bit at a time, but you are able to push everybody through as you're being guided. I'm going to say, though, because it is very tight, you're trying to be precise with it. Go ahead and make an intelligence check.
Just straight intelligence?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm gonna use another inspiration. we got a few of them in chat. Might as well.
Do that.
They disappear at the end of the session. Use them.
Well, that's That's a nat 20 for 25.
Yay!
Ooh. So you concentrate, and this water seems at first to resist your control, but it does eventually succumb to the warden that you are, and grab all of your compatriots, and you're able to push and move and bob through this reddish water. And as you clear the algae here, this goes kind of in several curves, like up and then down, and then almost in a spiral down. And who here? So we got underwater breathing, so that takes care of pressure too, actually. But you do feel the pressure happening here as you're getting deeper underneath the rock. And there, you finally come through to what seems to be a passage that goes straight down as the algae ends. Then you can see it goes about 30 feet before then it curves at a right angle and looks like it gets very wide, but you can't see how wide from this spot. You follow it down, and just as it begins to curve, you're able to see what looks like 5 reliefs of tails carved into the stone here. And as you push through to how this opens, it opens into a grand underwater or water-filled chamber depicting a coiled body, long and somewhat thin, wrapped in of itself. You see carved eyes, different places upon the body. And then you look and you see what appears to be dry ground beyond the water, as though as you look around this weird like wall of water that then goes to dryness, you see around it is a carved maw of teeth. Each tooth seems to be fitted with some type of glowing yellow stone. It seems to be making some sort of field, keeping the water back. Beyond this, it's lit in torchlight. The movement of the water and the light refractions make it hard to get details. But it does, right now, appear to be laid stone, or carved at least, into smooth surface, not the rockiness that you've been experiencing.
Well, shall we?
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Yeah. What do you think those weird toothy rocky thingies mean? Also, does that look like the Ukatoa, whatever the hell his name is, face to you, or no?
I mean, absolutely yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And to be clear, are we entering the mouth or leaving the mouth?
The way it makes you think you're leaving the mouth.
Okay.
And so so as you do this, pass without trace is up. Go ahead and make stealth checks plus 10.
Sweet.
Do I have advantage because I'm invisible?
Yeah, because you've got your cloak going. I'll give it to you for fun. Because you're coming out, this is for both things, but...
Okay.
I am going to use inspiration just in case. Oh, Well, I rolled a 16 and a 20, so
I'm gonna use inspiration as well, because we got him.
right.
And I still only end up with a 12.
I will be grabbing.
Rolled a 1 and a 6.
Damn, son. Well, you got plus 10 though. Plus 10.
Yes, so
Yeah,
I'm up
so-
to 22.
So I'll call for it. Let's start with Caldrum.
30
Good.
with the plus 10.
Yeah, this is. I need your plus 10. So Thola.
32.
Nice. Looking good. Jajal.
Also 32.
Oh wow. Thought you'd
Yeah, I
be
rolled
higher.
nine.
Hello, my man.
Yeah, way low.
Tonk.
36.
Nice. Mal.
Hang on, I forgot I had advantage. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, that still sucks. 22.
Okay. And then Simon.
22.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, so that's a group score of 29. There you go. You carefully step out of the water. And it's strange because you're going from buoyant to full force of gravity, so it's sort of strange going through, and you get one leg out, try to get enough force pushing against the tooth, and you each land quietly, staying against the walls to make use of the shadows and the magic that's emanating from Mal. You're able to look back from whence you came, and you see now there is the full carved head of what looks like an enormous serpent, and you've seen this imagery. This does seem to be a depiction of the head of Uk'otoa. Easily over 100 eyes are carved. Each one, instead of simply carved, placed within it is a round yellow spherical crystal. And they seem to... Each one has a red point on them. They're emanating like red light out of one point, and they're all looking around the room, searching. And they don't seem to observe you. They don't lock on to you in any way.
Keep going. This motherfucker got laser alarm systems.
You are able to see here that this does appear to be some type of temple. There are 7 what look like altars, each one with what appears to be a sharpened iron sculpture of a tooth. As you approach a few of them, just in your way going around the room, you see that there's a bowl kind of formed underneath of the iron that seems to be there to collect, and there's a drain at it, and it's stained red with blood. A few of them look recent, others look like they haven't been used in centuries. Your sight kind of expands out from here. There doesn't seem to be any passages here. This is a large room, and at the far side, this whole room is lit by torches that seem to be kind of normal oil-based, not magical. The far side, it appears like there's a dock. There's no ships. but there are crates, supplies, things that would indicate there's stuff here at one point, or moving in out of this kind of cavernous system. You can just see that there's a even larger maw, maybe 1,000 feet wide. Another sculpture of Ukatoa's mouth holding back water, and then another set of teeth and another set of teeth. It seems to be projecting out something where large ships could essentially sail and move underneath the water.
That's crazy.
Talk is like a portal of some kind, or what? What is this huge gaping mouthy thing? I mean, they can't be doing this just because, like, walking through Ukatoa's mouth is like their hobby or something, right? There's got to be some reason this is here.
How much supplies are we looking at here?
I'll say, let's do this. There are a lot of types of things and information you can find here. Everybody who wants to get some more information of the area, tell me what you're doing, and let's do the relevant roles. And I can kind of give everybody one big answer here. So how is everybody observing, investigating, processing this area?
I'm about to go wash up Jack, so I'll go first. The first thing Dola's going to do is look for tracks, signs of people being here recently, where they're going in and out, things like that. So she's looking for signs of people recently gathering and things like that, and what are the most traveled pathways.
Okay. Then go ahead and give me a perception. Just put it in private chat for me, and I'll process that.
Okay.
I'll kind of give it to the whole crew when I've got everyone's information. Next.
I'm more interested in, at this point, general numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do we have 10 boxes of food and 3 boxes of armaments, and the different sized boxes, and I'll pop open a couple. Just, I want to get a feel for, like, what kinds of supplies and how much are we talking here? Like, is this a staging ground for a full-scale fleet invasion? Is this, just one particular captain's, extra stash, right? Like those sorts of questions.
Sure, yeah. Give me an investigation check, and then you two go ahead and put it in the private chat. I'll just look through the numbers and start to describe this area in more detail as everyone gets there. Anybody else you want to do here?
Simon is in particular looking at any and all of the markings having to do with Ukatoa. I guess he's kind of just inspecting them and seeing if they ring any bells in his head or anything like that.
Your choice. This can be religion or history.
Okay. It's going to be the same either way.
The same thing. Put it in the chat there. Anybody else?
I'd be looking through Convergence to try to see if there's anything hidden, like magically speaking, with my true sight.
Okay. I got you. Yeah, give me a perception check. And then anybody else? Mal or Jajal? Yeah,
Jajal, what you got?
I know this would probably be more of like a cleric thing, but I was wondering if there was any way I could try to reach out or touch base with Sahanin or do any type of like I don't know, like warlock to patron thing, and just ask if there's any weird vibes, or if they feel anything like any bad juju, or I don't know. Steve and I could even make a connection to ask what they think.
Vibe check. He would like
Vibe
to
I
do a
guess,
vibe
yeah,
check.
because I know it's more of like
God,
like a
God
cleric,
vibe check.
like a commune
Yeah,
thing. But,
I'll make an insight check here.
okay,
It's probably very high DC, but I think
not gonna make it, but that's okay. I'll have to burn
Vibe
inspiration
check,
for that.
man.
Yeah.
Go ahead and I used one for mine as well, and I
Okay.
figure go ahead and grab another one. So
Okay.
knock a couple out.
And we're putting this where?
Private chat, or they might have done it in general. I'm not sure,
Okay.
but private is probably the easiest. And then, is Mal doing anything?
Yep. So Mal has got his jaw a little clenched. He's a little more clinical and rational and like serious than he normally is. The normal fuckboy attitudes. No, the normal level of sarcasm has dripped out of his face. He's evaluating this from a military perspective to say, when I report back to the admiral in Port Zune, what does he need to know? So he's looking for the berth of the boat that might make it through here, number of boats that have gone through recently, or any markers, or anything visible from any recent trips. What's the size of the invasion force that might be possible from here? If this is the jumping off point to Port Zune to take over anything in the Concord, what's the assessment I can provide in terms of what the likely thing is coming at their direction?
Yeah, I'd say investigation here too, to get a different type of information.
Yep, investigation, and I'm gonna burn a little inspiration.
Okay.
Got it.
So, gotcha. Okay. He gave me it this way. Perfect. Okay. So, we'll start going more into here. And then just remind me for Thola, what was Thola looking for?
Tracks, well-traveled places, signs of people being here recently.
Absolutely. Okay. So then, we'll do you two last then. And we'll start with. Okay. Now investigation for Mal. Perfect. Simon, you begin. So you're looking through the carvings here. I would say, yeah. There is familiarity here. It's strange. It almost feels as though as you stare at them, the rocky face of this cave or this room really fades or ripples. And you see images, at first shadows, and then soon you find yourself just observing as if you're alone watching in the seas. You look down, and on your chest there is the constellation Eye slightly glowing. You see an impossibly large serpent. It wraps around ships, striking down entire fleets at once. You see 15 ships being crushed simultaneously in its large, seemingly never-ending body. And as it goes back down, it goes beneath the waves, carrying its prey. You see it come and circle 5 tall islands. And something in you knows that these were what are now the Twin World Islands. There were 3 others. On top, you hear praises and chants shouting the name Ukatoa, Ukatoa. People praising the serpent for keeping them safe. And observing this, almost not there, is a seemingly human form, blue skin, but you can see just the flicker of electricity, lightning move between their biceps. And their eyes are black, save for bright spots that form an eye constellation in each one. And they look down at the serpent and smile. And you kind of, with that, the stone reasserts itself. You find yourself back. Tonk, you're looking around, and the supplies, it's not supplies that bother you, it's the massive amount of empty crates, indents where things obviously were, moved dust aside. This could feed hundreds, or could have fed hundreds for months. You see armament crates. There's still gunpowder barrels here. 2. There's 3 ballista boats that have the green liquid you saw before, what you recognize as the anti-wild bloom weapons that you were told about. But they rest in sized crates in which you see at least 50 empty ones. You get what's left. Seems to be more like things that wouldn't fit. And then we come over. We got this. We got Cogent. Surge Jaw with the 18 insight. And you were just trying to get a general vibe of this place.
I mean, for the most part.
Yeah. This, you kind of through the more how gods interact. And you've had these interactions. This is, you immediately understand this whole place is the result of a deal, a result of an agreement. Likely a gift. You're assumed to the key now, people, if what the creature you met upon Twinward Islands is to be believed, whether it was from their blood or from some other region, this certainly would have enabled them to hide from enemies and move quickly from place to place. And you don't know how far that tunnel goes, but this was made by at least a demigod. And you get the sense that there is some type of contract that was made.
Interesting.
And then as you're all looking, not Jajal, this is going to be Thola and Caldrum. Thola, you see tracks. There's slime around. There are like footprints and things of people who've kind of come to and fro. But fresh, there's slime. And you follow it up the wall. You see tracks of it around the ceiling. And you look at Caldrum, and they've noticed your eyes and are following around as well. In Caldrum, you meet the gaze. The first thing you see are yellow eyes. 2 pairs. Serpent's eyes. But the face around them faces around them are blue. Humanoid. You see one wears a captain's coat, red with paillettes. The other, a blackened coat that, as you watch them, both just let drop as each one is revealed to be holding on to the ceiling here by 8 tentacles flowing from their torso and bearing sharp multi-rows of teeth. And we're going to roll for initiative.
Oh,
That's not terrifying at all.
Damn it! I wanted to go sending off. God damn it!
There's a firefight.
And then
Was on
I'll probably
fire.
have to ask for it because I don't have the counter ready. I just didn't
Nope.
want to stop the narration.
Ew, gross. I rolled a nat 20 on initiative.
Caldrum, can you let me reroll that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm
Sounds like
definitely
you too.
rolling that. Oh my gosh. Double 4s? You gotta be
I
crapping.
mean, look, I got one better.
Oh my gosh. Both
I'm gonna keep.
sixes.
I'm
I
gonna
rolled
keep
2
mine.
4s and 2 6s.
I'm gonna keep mine. Mine's good.
What did you get?
A total of 20.
Nice.
I rolled a nat 20 on initiative. It does nothing for me besides let me go first.
Let me cry for you.
I got a 3, and then I rerolled and got a 4.
Damn.
It's like my last damage roll. One better.
Yeah,
Screw
but
you.
what's your bonus?
+9.
Plus 8.
I hate you all.
Yours is +7. What do you mean?
That's the joke. One point. Better. 1 point.
Here I am with my bonus.
Joel,
of
you're real quiet.
plus
Isn't
2.
yours also +8?
it is. I just didn't want to rub it in.
Yeah, and here I am with my plus 2.
I feel that pain.
Yeah, but not everybody can like crush mountains.
You also
and,
have like 140 HP.
136 at the moment.
Okay, so you're literally
Excuse you.
Did you get a cut or something? What happened?
Yeah.
you're 6 HP off from doubling my HP.
No patience. No.
Well, I mean, somebody's actually getting hit. The other is just the other one.
I got,
is just
I got the violin
sitting
right
in
here.
the
Hang
back.
on.
What are you talking about? In the demon fight, I was the first to get hit, and I got downed in the like. I busted out the top runes, and then I was unconscious, and then I was unconscious again.
Well,
Children.
get good. That's what I'm doing.
Damn.
That's all I got.
Should have had my blessing be okay. Your blessing is the amulet of health. You have 19 con now. You can survive, but it can't go higher than 19.
All right, so let me get all these seedlings out of the initiative.
You can leave them in if you want to.
We
It's, it's your call.
should have made a a sub
A sub campaign.
a sub campaign.
It'd be like a twofer.
Oh, I guess to
Or
get them out, we'd have to just mark them as like we'd have to like unclaim them, so that way they're not active in the.
Right.
All right,
You know.
cool. I'll call for it. Mal, what'd you get?
20. Shit, I gotta check. 2, I think. 2 seconds, I'll tell you. I'm pretty sure it was a 20. Yeah, 21.
21.
21.
Dola,
11.
11. Simon.
20.
Nice. Tonk.
12.
Ooh. Jajal.
26.
Nice. Cal
29.
29. Excellent. So, real quick.
This is a huge space to, like, only can imagine.
Oh wow. Okay. So in this moment, then, I need everybody who is not Cogent Couatl to give me perception checks. I'm going to say there was a moment where you realized something was wrong. So I'll actually no, because they're invisible. You only seen it because of that. So yeah, just make straight perception checks. This is to see if you if this is surprise for some of you.
23.
23. 23 fails.
Sorry, what?
They rolled 26.
Okay, hold on. I've got.
All right, I'm flash of geniusing myself.
Okay.
I wouldn't even be able to get that high.
I'll give that to you because you're like, okay, this is really high. It is unusually high. So I'll say you.
Okay.
100%.
So I've got along with my advantage on initiative rolls. If I am surprised at the beginning of combat but not incapacitated, I can act normally on my first turn if I enter rage before doing anything else, which I will do.
Perfect. You got it.
So I'm not surprised.
Tonk's flash of genius is that I, through Rary's telepathic bond, is like, there's trouble, so he's able to boost himself.
So then Mal and Jajal.
16.
13.
The most downcast 16.
Saddest panda ever.
Okay.
Hold on, let me.
I'm sorry, I can't flash of genius to 13 to this.
It won't make a difference.
I rolled my perception anyway. It was a total of 8. So
Did the art department borrow from the dentistry department this time, or what?
Amazing.
it's not as bad as the mask from Grim Hollow.
I agree.
Yeah.
Creeptacular.
Give me time. I'll make you.
I'm not. I'm afraid.
That was not a challenge, art department.
It was not.
Everything's a challenge if you look at it correctly.
Not with that attitude.
Okay.
Literally with that attitude.
All right. So again, that's our side view. There's a horizontal view of everybody.
My God. Christ.
Yeah, that view is not nearly as creepy as the top down view.
Marginally better. Marginally.
All right. Fun. In that case, so the only we'll have Caldrum. You get to go first.
So these things are looking to kill us, right?
No. They want to talk to you about our Lord and Savior.
Okay.
Blue.
They wanted to talk to you about your car's extended warranty.
Question:
That's
This is the first time it's coming up. They are still invisible, right, Matt?
Yes.
Okay, so I still have disadvantage against them. So I'm gonna burn grit to make it a straight roll. Because seeing them does not take away the second bullet of invisible. Yeah, let's go sharpshooter.
Yeah.
23.
23 will in fact hit.
The one holding the ball.
100%.
Okay. That's 28 damage.
Nice. And this is magical piercing, yes?
Yes.
Perfect.
Burning more grit to keep it even. That's a 2, so that misses, but does not misfire, thankfully.
Nice.
Final shot. 27 again.
That hits.
For I'm gonna re-roll that because Piercer. Okay, so 30 damage, and I'm gonna, as it hits, vines are going to sprout out of the wound and entangle it.
Nice.
And yeah, so piercing thorns are gonna.
And what was the damage on that one?
That one was 30 flat.
Nice.
And then now a little bit extra from Melora's thorns. So another 6 poison. Its speed is reduced by 10 feet, and it'll take 2d6 slashing damage on the first time on each turn that it moves 1 or more feet without teleporting. It can use an action, or another creature can, to make a DC 17 strength athletics check to get out of the brambles. Otherwise, the brambles last for a minute.
You got it.
Nice.
All right. Fantastic. So you can see the poison does not affect it.
Okay. I'm then going to run towards Mel.
Damn.
Okay. Hey, Caldrum. Opportunity attack. This tentacle elongates and chases after you, trying to grasp you around the ankles.
Damn, son.
Kinky.
And that will be 19.
Yeah, that beats me.
Okay. So it wraps around. You feel teeth pierce your ankles. Pierce your ankles
Gross.
as it happens from like the suckers themselves on the tentacle. So go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw, please. This is DC 19.
Nope, I fail. 18.
Okay. So you are under the poisoned condition, as well as taking 10 poison damage. And then it will release you. It just kind of straps, and then you're able to move your normal distance away from it. You did leave its range. At the end of your turn, it's going to go ahead and use a legendary action. And you see the air here gets cold. The humidity almost crystallizes into ice. Your breath can be seen in vapor, and there are image after ghostly image of horrible, deformed women. Some attempting to mount you, others trying to claw you. They are incorporeal. They can't hurt you, but it is terrifying. I need everyone to make wisdom saving throws.
All right.
Is this magic?
Yeah, this is magic.
Why you seem so happy?
All
That's
right.
my
I
thing.
rolled a 24.
19.
Liking?
Oh no, magic.
Mel, you also have advantage because of your same
That's a fair
Oh,
point.
yikes.
You don't have the durability thing.
Man, I got a 5.
Alrighty.
I'm
2
gonna
seconds.
go ahead and burn my inspiration here. To get a 16.
Okay. Very cool. So I'll just go down here. So go. Cogent, what'd you get?
19.
You're good. Thola?
24.
Good. Mal?
12.
12. You are frightened,
God damn it.
under condition, terrified of what is happening. Tonk?
I'm a gnome, so 19.
Excellent. Jajal?
A 12.
Frightened of the ghost in front of you. And then Simon?
16.
16 passes.
Is that one now visible?
For using its legendary
For attacking me?
action, yes, it did
Okay.
become visible at that point. You are
Alright,
correct.
sweet.
Yep. 100%. So now, because Jaw and Mao technically surprised, it is this creature's actual turn. And oh, in that case, it will lock eyes with.
My eyes are closed.
It locks eyes with Jajal.
Okay.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Question: is it an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead?
Yes.
Protection from evil and good via the
Oh
sword.
shit!
Does that play into any effect?
No.
Besides me not being afraid, of course.
You always have it on you, right?
Yeah.
Very
Tell
good.
him what it does. You just have protection from evil and good for these things. You just tell
The
them what
protection
effect
grants
is.
several benefits. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls. The target also can't be charmed, frightened, possessed by them. If the target is already charmed, frightened, or possessed, the target has advantage on any new saving throws against the relevant effect.
So you are not frightened.
Sweet.
Therefore, it wouldn't have targeted you.
Oh.
So it will target Mal.
Oh, sorry, bud.
Mal, please make the wisdom saving throw.
Unlucky.
A whiz
State-based
saving throw.
actions had to be checked.
Yeah, it's a 14.
A 14.
A 14.
Okay.
I'll use my last flash of genius on Mal here. This just seems bad. I don't know what's gonna happen, but this just seems bad.
This is not a bouquet.
That bumps him to a 19.
Wait a second.
19.
When did you last use Flash of Genius?
I used it 3 times during the.
Just when was your
Adventures on the
last
Island.
time? Is the only thing I'm asking you.
Oh,
Just-
on my
Perception?
perception, yes.
I don't think you have your reaction.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. That's right. It's not my turn. It hasn't
So
been my turn yet.
14 it is.
Okay, sorry. I was just
No, that's fair. That's fair. That's right.
It stares at you, Mal,
And
you feel this push, the force of her gaze, the fear grips you, and you go to just run. And you move and you go through the docks and you look back and you see your body lying there. You are at 0 HP.
got it.
Oh, man.
That's not
Dead
all that-
0 HP or just unconscious 0 HP?
0 HP making death saving throws.
Okay.
All that short rest for nothing.
That's happened to me twice now.
That
Gotta
will.
thank Sandine for that sword.
That will end her turn.
And mine.
And that will go to Simon.
okay.
Rage. Well, focus.
Well, yes. Well, yeah. I automatically have to burn a focus so I can act normally.
So not frightened.
Yes. And can I? They're on the ceiling right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have to. So I have ranged attacks.
Yeah, you do.
So I'll go first with my. And can I recklessly do a range attack or no?
What does it say in reckless on your sheet? Read the text. It doesn't come up often in barbarians.
Okay, it does say melee. Okay.
Okay.
So I will just throw. I'll throw my javelin of lightning.
Yeah.
For a 24 to hit. Specifically the one that just knocked Mal out. That's the one I'm going at.
Okay, this is the one that Cogent attacked. Cool.
Okay, so 24 to hit.
Hits.
Okay, so that is 1 regular d6 and then 4d6 lightning. So we've got 10 piercing, magical, and those are 2 1s. That's terrible.
Oh,
11 lightning.
Okay, your lightning goes around. It seems to be immune to lightning.
Okay, then with my second attack, I will throw my other javelin, the one that Caldrum made for me, for 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Okay, so that is d6, 10 piercing, and then how do I...
Roll a d4, and then it's like odds and evens.
Okay.
Whichever one determines the type of damage.
Okay, so 4. So cold.
4 cold. It's immune to cold.
Okay.
Someone fireball!
Yeah, I guess I'll just try to position myself so I'm the closest melee, I guess. I'm not sure if I can.
So you're just kind of running up there trying to
Yeah.
be like, ah!
But yeah, this is my bonus action. That's all I got.
There's a question in the chat as to whether or not Mal had advantage on that last roll, seeing as it was a magical effect.
Assuming if it was a magical effect. Because Mel keeps forgetting his blessing.
And you can recheck.
I mean, yes. It was magical.
Thank you.
Will! You need to put a post-it up there, bud.
It still happened, so you know.
Oh, did it come low?
Hang on.
Let me roll it.
Uh,
I was technical with Tonks. You get to be technical with this.
This one time. So one more flat save on Wiz plus 0 is worse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
hey, you got to roll it. It might have been a 20.
Right. You needed this.
Also, if you'd attuned to your blindfold,
Yeah, with all the time I had, yes.
you would have had. We had a short rest. That's all the time you needed.
Okay.
Shut up, Cal.
Granted, that only would have made it plus 1 more, but still.
Okay, so
Did Simon run up to the combat?
sorry. What?
Did Simon run up to combat? Because I missed that.
Yeah, ran up as close as he could. Okay, cool. At the end of Simon's turn, the one will, I think, go ahead and point at Simon, and you see hundreds of snakes begin coiling up your body. And then the one that has been attacked will again go ahead and summon the ghosts once more, forcing those who can be affected by it to save against fear. Wisdom saving throw 16.
Again, thank God I'm a gnome. I got exactly 16.
Nice.
Wisdom save?
Yep.
That's an 8.
Okay.
Can you be feared in rage?
No. You mean to fear, right?
I do not know.
I'm almost
I
positive.
think it's
Yeah.
level 10 ability.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, what level you have in Barbarian? Are you pure
I mean,
Barbarian?
all of
It's
it.
pure.
Yeah.
I'm all of it. I want all of this
I think so. Anybody else get below 16?
Nope.
Nope.
22.
Okay, cool.
27.
Perfect. All right.
Oh, I didn't roll it twice. Oh no,
And then
Oh,
Simon.
no,
Simon.
the fear thing is Berserker specifically.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say
So-
I don't think I have that. I thought that was a class 1.
I couldn't remember. I just want to make sure that
Yeah.
we're not doing the same thing. So go ahead and so you are frightened.
We're thinking paladins with their aura.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, this next one locks their eyes with you, and you get to make another wisdom save.
Non-natural 20.
That saves.
Oh boy.
19 on the die.
So you're still frightened, but you are not at 0 HP. And that is her. She recharges her legendary. And Tonk, it is your turn.
Don't say that.
All right. I am going to run up next to Mal. I effectively want to be in a place where if the one not holding an orb were to be on the ground, I would be in melee range.
Okay.
And then I am going to cast Thorn Whip.
Ooh, very nice. All right. What's the range on Thorn Whip?
30 feet.
Perfect.
Oh, they're so much closer than I thought. They were like 60 feet in the air.
Let's see. So I'm rolling at disadvantage because this one's still invisible, right?
Where are
I
you?
think they're both visible now. Right?
No, the one attacked.
The not orb one is the one that attacked me, so that one should
Yeah.
be visible.
Yeah, the other one is still invisible, correct.
Hmm.
Because they haven't technically cast spells. Using legendary actions do not count to break invisibility.
25 to hit.
That hits.
So that is 13 piercing damage,
Nice.
and I pull it 10 feet closer to me, which I'm assuming pulls it off of the ceiling and it falls.
It has long tentacles, so it would. I believe it can actually. Let me look at my notes on this. Yep, it will fall down. But it is able to not take blood, the falling, because it can like let itself go, but it won't be able to hold itself on there. But 100%. Actually, no, it falls 15 feet. It will take 3 damage from that. But it's immune to it. So
To
there we go.
falling damage?
No, I'm sorry. It's
We're
not.
stubbing its little toes.
Nope, I'm good. 3 damage, and then 13 magical piercing. I assume from that. Perfect. And then that is your turn.
As a bonus action, I am going to drop one of my natural defenses. Yeah, it'll be the healing bloom. And I'll drop it sort of over where Simon is so it covers as much of the room as possible.
Got it.
And that is my turn.
Okay. So 100%. Snakes go to bite you, Simon, all over your body, but they're unable to get through your rippling muscles. Skin is too tough for them, too much muscle to get through. The one by you, Tonk, it's interesting because they're technically still invisible. But this is going to break it just because it's going to be simpler this way. You see its form for a moment, and then it becomes like a whirling dervish of water and explodes out and up, swirls around the ceiling again, and takes its form back on the ceiling.
Do I get an add up on it?
Nope. Unfortunately not. This legendary action does not provoke opportunity. But it was a legendary action.
Was it in my area?
That's not disengage.
Right. It does it because your thing does it. It doesn't matter if it disengages, right?
Yeah, I mean that's what it says. Yeah.
Right. So this just simply doesn't provoke it.
Okay.
So it just squirted itself up the ceiling. It's a squirter.
Yep. Squirted itself back on the ceiling. As a note, this is an official D&D ability. It's not homebrew. As a legendary action from the book. Thola, it is your turn.
I've seen it in videos.
Gosh, dang! Let me tell you. Ooh. All right, I'm gonna go over what to do, and I think at this moment, like what seems like birds come out of the ground underneath Mal and slowly develop from bone into full complete ravens, and they just start fluttering around him. And I cast heal.
Nice.
Oh shit!
All right, so that's 70 HP.
Yep.
Yeah, now up at 70.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this is big. Whew. I think Mao, you come together, you spit out black feathers.
70.
And so we had you outside the body, so there is this feathery hand that grasps you. You see a porcelain mask with red lips painted on, says, "Not yet, my dear." Throws you back into the body.
Holy shit. All right, and then after that, I'm going to use my bonus action to just go on Corporeal and invoke my tattoo.
You got it. All right, then she's got this. All right, then I think I'm gonna go ahead and the one that was on the ceiling, you know what? She's going to go ahead and summon all the ghosts once more to try to get anybody else frightened at the end of Tholo's turn.
Is this one of those things that if you save from it once, you're no longer affected, or is it just
Nope.
keeps going?
Just keeps going.
Oh, well, I'm already poisoned, so I'm already at disadvantage. Doesn't matter.
Dirty
So-
20.
30-20, you're good.
20
This is
for
the-
me as well.
Wisdom
That's,
save.
Yeah, wisdom save 16.
16. Okay.
Made it.
I literally rolled a 5 and got 16, so I'm really glad about that.
Yeah.
I'm already frightened, so
Yeah.
it don't matter to
All right. Everybody's so good. It doesn't get anybody new. But Cogent, it is your turn.
Okay. Loading.
Bust the cap in them, please.
Are they within 10 feet of each other?
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
know. Okay.
No, you can. Yeah, they're clearly not if you look overhead.
I made the wrong ammo type. Whoops. Okay. Well, it's still worthwhile. So I'm gonna load one of my ricochet walloping, but it's just gonna wallop. Burn inspiration to make this an even roll. Sharpshooter. 26.
26 hits. Which one are you going for?
The same one that I attacked initially.
Perfect.
So 33 damage.
How do you want to kill her?
Oh, wow.
Just it's gonna like go through her chest and hit the tentacles that are gripping the ceiling, and they're gonna drop down.
Okay. Yeah. Drops down screaming, hits the floor hard, and there immediately vomits up straight up. Her back arches, and this green mist rockets out of her body, swirling around. It almost looks like an image of Ukatoa as it then finds its way going into one of those altars that you saw with the iron teeth going down the drain. As you see her body's looking like an elf.
Oh, joy. They're possessed. Okay, another walloping. I did get a grip back from that, so I'll spend that again to make it a straight roll. Sharpshooter. 20.
20 hits.
I'll re-roll the 3 with Piercer. I shouldn't have re-rolled it. So that's going to be 30 damage. And they need to make a DC 17 strength saving throw. Or fall prone.
That's a natural one.
Nice-oo.
Nice.
Falls on the ground prone.
Does it take fall damage?
It does. And she does not have legendaries to burn to get out of it at the end of the turn either. So that'll be 20 fall damage for her.
Nice. Final shot. Let's do... Did I not make any? Okay. Guys, remind me to make the correct ammo the next time we're done.
I mean, if
So,
you insist, yes.
regular ammo, and not that I have to still make another gun. So regular shot, still flat because I can have 9 disadvantages and 1 advantage, because that makes sense. Does 17 hit?
17 will hit.
All right. 30 damage flat.
Nice.
That's my turn.
All right.
Actually, I'll back up. They're prone, so it's disadvantage to attack me.
Yeah. Back on up.
Like back down the docks if possible. Watch me regret that as a shark comes and eats me.
Just one of the krakens reaches a tentacle out and pulls you right off the dock.
Right. Not a crackle.
I get
Right around the neck and cracks.
It's a third party kill.
I get Pippined at the elven door.
Right.
All right, then Jajal.
I can see it now, right?
Yes.
Jeez. Well,
Man, I knocked it prone for you, bud. Do work.
yeah. I think work. I shall. I'll hop on over.
Wait, are you still scared?
I ain't never scared. 'Cause of
Okay.
the sword.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I ain't never scared.
What?
He is not a pussycat.
No.
So I guess at this point I'm just kind of like shrugging, like, "Sorry, bro," and I pulled the needle out and I just plunge it
Yeah.
for, with advantage because it's prone.
Yep.
That's gonna be total of 27.
That does it. Roll that damage.
So that's
Sneak attack. What else?
come on, go away.
What you dumping in there, sir?
Some of this. So that's 23 so far, and then 2d6 for radiant.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Dog, you forgot to boom.
Because I didn't want to tell everybody we're here. Is radiant
yeah.
damage normal damage for them?
Yeah.
Dog, you think my gun didn't do that already?
That's fair. So that's 11, 23, 27 damage.
Nice. And how do you end its life?
I plunge it in, and as it's like writhing around, I just kind of keep twisting until it stops.
I thought you left here. What the hell?
Same idea. Stabby works both ways.
I mean, I'm not happy about it. It's just I'm doing what I gotta do. And then I pull the blade back out.
Okay. And the moment goes by. For now, everything seems clear.
I wanted to examine this elven woman's body in front of me. So like kind of like kneels down, and are they clearly and obviously dead to me?
Yes.
Okay.
And you see, so similar thing as Falls arches its back as this smoke moves in the shape of the long serpent back into one of the altars, and they begin to revert to what appears to be a tiefling male.
Tola, can you send from here or no?
What do you need me to?
I need you to contact Admiral Antioch, the guy from Port Zune. How many words can you send? 15, 20, something like that?
25.
25. Okay. Plenty of room. Okay. Can you do it or no?
Sure.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm listening, and I get like a notepad out.
Mother's Sigh Reef was pirate staging grounds. Uk'otoa Portal brings ships from Darktow. Attack on Port Zune imminent. Captain Malsavage, 20.
All right, I will send out that message to him.
Mm-hmm. Oh no. We were ordered away from Port Zune.
Oh, what the fuck?
Right. Convenient or planned.
We have orders to engage. I'll figure this out.
You didn't even finish the sentence.
He has what he. That's good enough.
I will relay that message to Mal.
That's what we can do.
Well, good thing we didn't leave our ship there.
Yeah, yes. If only someone else left the ship there.
Did for a
I was
little
going
bit.
there. If only we had directions people to be there. How weird.
Yeah.
So, two dead bodies lie on the floor. What would you like to do?
They look like an elf and a tiefling, right?
Mm-hmm.
After the whatever hexification happened, they just look normalish.
Mm-hmm.
Tonk, do you want to like test them for like goo or something? Like, what's the magically way to make sure they're actually like what they think that they should be?
Yeah, I want to look at them like through the scope, make sure there's no like lingering magical like illusions or anything like that on them.
Absolutely. You check. You don't see anything new through the scope.
Kind of want to I feel bad for them. They should deserve a funeral and not to be possessed and used for torment and violence.
Standing sight shows me nothing new.
Probably good.
Simon wasn't there to see them, but do they look like possibly the druids from before? Because I remember one of them was a tiefling.
You look. They do not seem to be the druids from before.
Okay.
They, I would say Mal and Thola, Tonk for a good degree, and Jajal, most of you recognize it, as everyone except Simon, would recognize this as we seem to be in the uniform of the Plank King's personal guard.
How interesting. And strange.
So they were recent.
Slime. Freaking slime.
Lends more credence to the idea that they're part of the path to invasion, but he's not here. He could be here.
Could already be on his way to Zun, as
I mean, if he's around.
that gentleman said.
Do you think he's trying to get Ukatoa on his side?
I think he's banking on it. I think all the evidence around us shows that he's very much invested in Ukatoa's power helping him out. And Ukatoa, as I recall, again, fairy tales, children's books, like basically wants to dominate all the coastal regions, take over, have the sea come up and like dominate everything and like take all the coastal cities. Like Ukatoa is an unmentionable. That's not true. An uncontrollable force for chaos and destruction along the coastline with some temples. So that aligns.
Checks out.
Maybe the only thing worse than an uncontrollable, impossible to manage Plank King is Ukatoa coming back in full force.
I mean, he turned what was once 5 islands into these 2, so that tracks.
Have any of you ever even heard of stories of creatures like these?
Since a kid?
I mean, it feels like this wasn't meant for anything recent. I feel like this has been around for a while. For what was it, the Keto tribe? Kino?
Yes.
Kino.
How long do we plan to stay here? Are we going to examine this cavern any further?
If there's a way to shut it down, that'd be great. If there's some way to destroy it, that'd be even better. But I feel like the ships have passed us. Well, maybe the ships have passed this point, but we can cut off reinforcements. That's even better. Can we destroy it? Or prevent passage, maybe? Collapse it?
Have to come back with a lot of more gunpowder kegs, and I mean, we could try.
If anyone in this crew was a massive force for destruction, it would be Tonk.
You said that this place feels like it is the result of a contract, and that there would have had to been payment for this type of location, this safety, the security, the secret harbor, yes? I go back into the temple area that had the little spikes and bowls, and I mold earth everything closed.
Yeah, I was thinking about taking a poop on the altar too, but
Okay.
this is way better.
If they cannot pay the price, they will not have access to this.
Nice. I thought you were going to stick yourself with the pointy end, but This is better.
I would have.
This is much better.
Remember, you don't dip the
I mean,
pointing end
I'm-
into anything. I learned that with the rapier. Okay.
Look, I'm not really the divine magic kind of person, but this is the thing that makes the most sense to me for how I make this place. You know, that's all I got.
Sure beats making a deal with Asmodeus.
I still want to take a poop on it.
The violet.
Do it. It's quite refreshing.
All right. So, what would you like to do next? So you defecate.
go back to our boat.
You defecate and desiccate the now stone over altars.
Is there any way to know whether or not it's actually like destroyed or just hindered or something, or like just some measure by which we can say it's done enough?
Well, at this point, whatever payment was recently put in those bowls, because there was fresh blood, will allow this to continue for a certain amount of time. I don't know how long that time is. But when the next payment is due, they will be unable to pay. There's nothing we can confirm now about, any of this. It would just be what happens when the next payment is due.
And when these are like closed up, do we notice any differences on like the red eyes, or anything that's in this?
No. But if Tonka's right, you wouldn't.
Like, the rent has been paid for this month or this year or whatever. This place is going. It's that they won't be able to pay rent again when it comes due.
Could it be used the other way? Can we go to the other side? How would we bring a ship through here?
Like to Darktow? Like we can get to Darktow from here?
Correct.
Well, I don't know that this is a portal to Darktow. This is just a secret harbor. This is a place that they could bring a boat's worth of goods at a time and stage it here so that when it came time for the invasion, all of the boats could swing through and have full supplies. Am I reading that right, Matt?
The size of this actually would do. You think that up to 10 ships could be here one time.
Right. But
yes. Otherwise, yes.
But does it seem like it? Like you described it, like kind of goes in this tunnel, and it's almost like they're going somewhere else. Like
the idea here does seem to be like a long underwater passage of water that you could sail for a good amount of time. You don't see the end of it.
So in theory, this could be a way to Darktow, right?
Anywhere we don't know.
You get the sense that it has a destination. It's a physical tunnel that goes somewhere.
we just don't know where it goes.
Right.
We happen to be at the middle point of the tunnel. There is a start and there's a finish, and we don't know where either of those are.
Well, could we destroy it and not make it have air anymore?
I don't know, but I feel like if we possibly direct our new friends that we met for their boats to come here, and we go through, all three of us, maybe we could waste the payment and go to be at Darktow.
Those eyes were looking for us.
Hmm.
If I do what I might be able to do to make this place no longer have air, I will not be able to do that without them seeing me.
Okay. So we're better going past them topside versus combating them down here.
I mean, I'll do it, Mal, if this is the way you want to go.
I'm not
just
asking
saying
for
those eyes will see me if I try and break the barriers holding the water back.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. I guess we'll go topside and look around, see if the other ship is coming back, or
The same way that I molded the earth to close off these drains, I could try and separate the teeth in the maws that have the glowing gems that create the effect to hold the water back. If I molded earth and lost the teeth and pulled the gems out of them, theoretically it wouldn't hold the water back anymore. However, I don't know the magic of this place, and I don't know what would happen if I started to do that.
yeah. And again, you're playing against a arguably god or godlike thing, so probably not gonna be easy. All right, crazy idea. Again, stop me. I've had these 1,000 times, but you can just tell me I'm stupid because I have no concept of magic. Theoretically, theoretically, if you knew what direction the pipe went, we took our boat over the top and looked down, and you saw the pipe. Could you like crack it in such a way from above the pipe that it let the water in? Don't have to deal with the
Possibly.
teeth. Doesn't have to involve either side of the tunnel. Just find a place in the tunnel and then just like pop a hole in and glug glug glug. All the air goes up and all the water goes down, and we're done.
I mean, sure, but do I have a feeling for how deep we went through all of the windy tunnels?
It's a little hard, but there's actually a lot that you might be able to figure out here. So just give me an Arcana check.
Chapter 17, Scuba Sabotage.
It's a 27 this time.
Your sense is you are roughly 200 feet below.
So, yes, if I knew where straight above us was, we would still need to punch a two.
Would we? The tube could be very thin in material, right? It's possible.
All right. All right.
What's the depth charge?
Hold on. What? How long does this last?
The other thing with the Arcana that I'll give you there is when you were thinking of like paying the rent and these types of things that hold the enchantment together, there you saw these two creatures die and pieces of them go back into these same altars that you just closed up. These were 2 and there were 7. So you start to get that a lot of times with these there are like physical representations of the deal, and it could be that there were 7 people.
5 left.
For the 7 altars that are keeping this deal active. Doesn't mean they're all here.
All right. I'm going to cast Spider Climb on myself. I'm going to walk up to the ceiling.
Okay.
And I am going to start using Mold Earth to dig a tunnel through the ceiling up to the water.
As it's doing in this, Jajal hears in his head, please tell me you have another teleportation.
We all have water breathing. We all have water breathing.
Currently don't have that until the next dawn.
Well, that's fine, you know.
But yeah, no, Mal wanted the hole filled with water, so I'm on the ceiling of this place and I'm molding Earth my way up.
Asked the question, nothing more.
He's take it. Let's go. Let's see where this rides.
DM's having funnier, so I think
Mal knew exactly what would happen.
You do. Can you try this? Yeah, sure, I can try it. Let's see it. See how it goes.
Yeah.
If you do this,
It's just
what would
DM's
happen?
going over his arcane design, and I'm loving it. So, yeah, so you begin to mode Earth up, and it takes some time, I believe, but it soon you get your. How big of a hole are you trying to make?
Like a 10-foot by 5-foot.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
Each-
enough for water to transit probably fine. Like a
well,
foot
and
wide
like
would be
it's
peachy.
wide enough so that we could swim up it, right?
Yeah.
So I can do a 5-foot cube each casting. So
Wait,
that's
wait. So for Simon, he's probably at 6 foot range, I would guess, because he's got huge shoulders, right? So
well. So it's
I-
going to be
He
it's going
does
to be
not
5 foot front to
actually.
back. 5 foot front to back, 10 feet wide. So like you could go shoulders. That's a 10-foot clearance, but each casting is a 5-foot cube. So if it's 200 up, and I'm casting this 2 wide, that's 80 castings of mold earth.
Woof.
Okay.
Versus a
80
pinhole.
castings.
Pinhole.
Yeah. Amazing. Let's just let's get the official time. It's not that much, I think. So, 80
That's a minute and a half.
times 6. Is it exactly? Yeah.
8 minutes.
Yep. I've got 8 minutes. So.
Oh yeah.
Also, for the record, Matt always describes Simon as being rippling with muscles. He is not. He is very skinny and scrawny, which is why him wielding this giant axe is actually comical.
I apologize.
That's okay. But you know,
I'll-
he's
I'll try to
very
put that in my
skinny
head
and
for different
scrawny.
descriptions.
Still funny. Still funny.
So, yeah. So over the next 8 minutes, Tonk slowly is getting walking up, making their own tunnel further and further and further until water rushes immediately. Tonk, make a strength saving throw
Oh.
as the water just, poof!
Oh yeah. No. I knew this was gonna be bullshit. Like I was not pretending that this wasn't gonna happen. That's fine.
I'm good with it. Let's go.
Oh, this is gonna be bad.
In the best possible way.
Oh, gosh.
Tidal waved yourself. bro.
Negative 11 teen.
Thola, I might need you after this. I rolled a 4.
Nice.
Okay. So this happens. Boo! This hits you hard, rockets you to the ground for 71 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, I'm not unconscious.
Christ.
I'm not unconscious.
Hits you on
Shit.
the ground.
You know when
Can
you're
I-
at the water park and they fill up that huge bucket and they jump
Yeah,
on
just-
you? It was basically that, but tons and tons of water.
And
Oh.
falling 200 feet like we just described. That is...
I'm not unconscious, but so only just barely.
Can I grab Tunk?
Yes, this you see the water starts moving out, and then it doesn't begin to fill up as fast as you'd think it would. It begins to flow down the tunnel for as long as that tunnel might go. So it's filling up, so it gets to about like a foot deep, and then kind of stops going higher because it's now flowing down.
All right, boys. It looks like we've got more to uncover.
Going down the river.
Or cover?
So the idea you get here is that it's going to go all the way down to wherever this tunnel ends, and then begin to raise in level.
Can we plug the drain somehow?
We don't know there's a drain.
No,
It might just be a
like
deep tunnel.
it might just take this thing days to fill up.
Right. Like the DM's not about to do the math this moment, as far as exactly tell us.
Okay, well.
But you get it's going to be probably a day because there's a lot of water flowing through. But
That sounds fantastic. Yes.
But yes, I'm trying to describe. You think it's doing what you wanted it to do.
Just slowly.
Because volume.
Because volume.
Yeah, that weird So the fun part that you do see is kind of this really weird effect is water flows freely from your way down the tunnel, but then there's like a natural back wave that happens with water, but it splashes against this barrier wall when it comes back. But it's still going to fill up, but it looks really weird.
All right, that's the best you're getting, Mal.
I am happy as a pig in shit.
Ow.
I can help you with that, maybe. Want a massage or like a little stretching, maybe?
You need a nap.
Thola, you got anything for this? I mean, I'll give myself like a single jab with one of my one of my things. But like that's only do so much.
I think some multiple people got like hurt here too. I think. Yeah, let's see what I can do for you. Only got the big one. Well, this might be helpful. I am going to cast aid on you and Mal and who else took some damage in the fight?
I'm not in terrible shape at this point.
What do you say?
I'm not in terrible shape.
Simon did?
Simon did not. Simon's at.
I took
almost
10.
full.
Right, I'll put Calvin. I just did it at 4th level, so it's 15. Boom.
And our max and current go up by that?
Yep.
How much?
15. 1-5.
God damn.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So that ordeal over, we can go up topside and go talk to our Couatl friend again, or interview our lovely, lovely co-hosts about being in chains and what the hell this was about.
Did we want to see if there was anything down this tunnel? This has been here for God knows how long. Might be a storage space.
So the tunnel's the watery tunnel that's been formed that ships can travel by. That's what I'm describing.
Got it.
I think we've done all we can here. We found out what we needed to find. We killed those two things. We closed up the altars, and we're flooding the place.
But what if there's more magic down here or secret passageways? Maybe they're holding some loot of some kind, some money that they're transacting.
I'm game. Want to check them out?
I mean,
trying to look for stuff.
I'd say Tonk stays in the back for now, but yeah, roughly.
Yeah, like knowledge is cool, but money is a lot cooler.
Yikes. So, as the tunnel is filling up slowly with water, anything interesting worth exploring or poking around? Anything in the crates or casks or anything nearby that looks curious?
Are you looking around and anything that would
Just
look
poking around.
curious?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, like, Dola is obsessed with material wealth.
Yeah. There is no gold or anything like that here. There's going to be any money caches or anything like that. What you essentially do find are those ballista bolts from there's 2 left. The anti-wild blooms. And then We'll say. Yeah. There are you find, looking through everything, you are able to find a leather belt, like you recognize almost like a workman's belt that has spaces for vials, and it has 5 vials in it. Each one contains 100 gold of residuum dust.
That's solid.
And that will be from the treasure boost. But the anti-wire bloom weapons here, these essentially are very effective against any type of plant if you would use them.
Is there a way that we could feed them to Gaius so that maybe he could build up a resistance to them?
You don't know.
Curious idea. Love it.
Well, can take them up.
Yeah, might take a little bit more time, but that is what you're able to find. It kind of showed there was the rations, there was those. It does seem most of the stuff here was loaded, and from what you can tell, was probably made for the was made for the siege. At this point, Mal, you do hear in your head transcribing for Admiral. Under direct orders to investigate attack force coming from Nicodranas. Forbidden to go back to Port Azun.
Wait, so we're forbidden to come back to Port Zune or what?
They are.
Like basically, the guy that we contacted, they were told that they can't go back to Port Zune. Basically,
Okay.
at least that's what I get from it.
So you got.
Looks like we need to mount a rescue.
You're correct. 100%. Yes.
And here's send confirmed sighting. So we can, and then we can help.
Oh wow!
Okay. That's a
What do you guys
short
think?
order.
You feel like you can? I asked, do you think you can respond?
Maybe. What's your response?
Well, I think that if we need to confirm that there is an actual blockade, then we must catch eyes so that they can come back. And I still think, right? It's going to be like a week until they get there, even, right?
And we're
Yeah.
much quicker than that, right? So we could confirm really quickly.
And we're like 2-3 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could I? Because you said like there was obviously a lot here. Could feed 100 men for days.
Yeah.
If I knew this was supply for a siege on a port like Port Zune, is there an estimate for like how many average ships I would expect this to be?
We said 10 can fit here, so
It's
Yeah.
10 wide,
10
but you know, you said it could feed 100 for several days.
It really
So
depends how they're crewed. So I think that estimation, it most ships take at least 20 people to operate it. So, but and it probably was hundreds of people. It's very, I think it's very subjective based on what you can do. You can probably tell the maximum that it could do, but if they wanted more people to arm more cannons, it just depends on how they staff their ships. If they were staffed to be boarding parties that would then go across sea and then board, it's hard to kind of say.
Okay. All right, but we're looking at multiple hundreds of people then.
Essentially,
So-
I will say it looks like this because you've spent a lot of time, even though it's rapidly filling up with water. It does look like very recently. Most recently, there were 9 ships here.
Okay. I will communicate that to Mal.
So 9 ships, 180 minimum crew, and sieges typically are a waiting game, so you want lots of extra food on board, so you don't have to resupply. Yeah, I mean they would need food and cannons, so they could just shell from distance and cut off all trade.
So, I mean, for what that's worth, as far as a response, we can tell them that we will confirm sighting soon. We are expecting 9 ships.
At least 9, right? So it's 9 at a time.
Right.
Well, yes, at least the group that was last year was 9. There could have been,
Okay,
we're looking at least 9 ships.
Right? Can I have I wasted too much time, or can I still respond?
You can respond.
Just
Minimum 9 ships will confirm blockade on Port Zune, then expect reinforcements.
And with that, we need to end.
yeah. This is time.
All right. Well, as you're watching, we are getting many things moving. And as you know, one group's already at Port Zune, so we'll see how that works out.
Oh shit.
And what status they find everything in. We'll catch you all next week as we see what happens on the Siege of Darktow. Have a good one.
Damn.